Let me get a minute of your time. Hello, how you doing, my kings and queens? I'm your host, King. What I would like to talk about is that you are ready to take it to the next level. You're ready to be the next big thing. You're ready to be the best of the best with whatever you do. This is mostly going to be a driving video, but with teaching the scholars, with talking to people, talking to ladies, with driving itself. Let's dive down into it. Let me let you know what I'm talking about. So, if you're an educator, you teach the scholars, you may be one of the best educators in the school, but maybe something's holding you back. Maybe you might be afraid of a couple of the students who's difficult, challenging, or may intimidate you. So it might change your style of teaching. Maybe you may let the class do whatever they want to do based on that one or two or three difficult students. It's okay to pick your own battle, but just don't always let them get whatever they want. Don't let it, I don't care, scare you. Don't let them rolling their eyes, talking back, saying something smart, saying something slick. You can handle all of that. You are prepared. You're trained to handle any situation, any crisis situation. If the students want to fight, if the students want to throw stuff at each other, you can handle it. The students when you at the top of their lungs, you can handle it. Please don't get discouraged. Please don't get upset. Please don't get frustrated. Please don't quit. Please don't feel sorry for little old you. Sometimes you're gonna have rough days, but you can handle those rough days so you can appreciate the fine days in life. Therefore, what I want to tell you to do is the students might be used to you being laid back, might used to be you being mellow, might used to you being fun. What I recommend that you do is maybe you have to be hardcore at the beginning. If you be fun in the beginning, then tougher later on, then the students might resist you and give you a hard time. So you have to work on correcting disrespect. They'll tolerate it. They'll say, "Oh, she just rolled her eyes. Not a big deal. I'll let it go." No, you gotta confront them. They'll sugarcoat it. They'll baby them because they're not gonna baby you. They're gonna give you a run for your money if you allow them to. Though, let it, if you allow it to, then it can linger on for days, weeks, and months into the whole school year. See, they used to you being a fun um, teacher, but now you gotta put your foot down because if you let anything, if you allow one thing to happen, then that they could get away with anything. They say, "What you gonna do?" Nothing. You let us curse. You let us sit in the teacher's seat. You let us look out the window. You let us open up the closet. You let us go out the classroom without your permission. You let us go in groups of threes, groups of four. And when I say that to you, they think it in the back of their heads. So you, you're the you're the adult. That don't let these 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 year olds run the class or run your life where you're losing sleep, where you're losing weight, where you are fatigued. They're not worth it. Not saying not speaking lowly to the kids, but you have to exercise control and structure. And if they don't listen to you, they'll be afraid of calling the dean, the disciplinarian. That's what they're there for. That's what they get paid for. I know you don't want to bug them or be dependent on them either, but when it matters the most. But you have just as much control or discipline or class management skills as a dean and disciplinary. You just don't know yet. You're just afraid of using it. You have a lot of resources. You're a resourceful educator. Don't let the kids think that because you are patient and caring, you care about the education more than most, that they could get over on you, that they could take advantage of you. Don't let them put that in your head where they think that not only are they more louder than you, outspoken than you, but they're more powerful than you, more intelligent than you, or smarter than you overall. Because some students think that they're smarter than the teachers, and that's not the case all the time. Sometimes it is. And you gotta give credit when it's stupid. Most of the time, 90% of the time, you are smarter than most of the students. If you make a mistake, own up to it. Say, "You're right, my bad. I'm sleepwalking these days." But I'll give you credit when credit's due. You can own up to it. Don't get upset. Say, "Oh, you're not supposed to correct the educator." Educators are very smart, but they're human as well. But don't let them think that they're the supervisor and you are the employee. You're the employee. They're the no. You're the supervisor. They're the employee. They have to follow your lead. So you gotta establish respect. If they don't respect you, then you have to discipline them. Don't be afraid to discipline them. And I know you can mix it up too. You with those difficult students, you might have to talk to them one on one. You might have to do the Oreo cookie, give them something that's positive, give them something that's they need to work on the middle, give them something positive at the end by saying, I appreciate you helping me, but maybe you don't have to use that voice. What's another way you can help the class to quiet down without telling them to be quiet in a mean way or without cursing at them? You have all the potential in the world. That's how you do it. That's example of classroom counseling. We use the sandwich example where you do positive, negative in the middle, then positive at the end. That's counseling. The sandwich example, the Oreo cookie sandwich or the cheeseburger sandwich example, you can use it not only in the classroom, but when you're talking to the ladies, when you're driving, even if the teacher may not understand you or the examiner may not understand you, you can use it yourself. It's similar to the ABC method, where people may not understand where you're coming from, but you can understand yourself, and God could understand you. The Holy Spirit could understand you. Again, back to my next example with driving, you can't drive. Look at it this way. See, what's holding yourself back from getting upper positions or higher positions is your reluctancy not to drive. But you can drive in the mind. If you could drive in the mind, you could drive in real life. If you could drive in the mind, you could drive on the roads. If you know all the rules to follow, don't be afraid of a yelling. Don't be afraid of people looking at you. Even if you get into a little fender bender, even if you're scratching on the car, keep on driving. God forbid, but you can um, drive. Just take your time, pace yourself, relax. It's gonna be okay. Even if you get a yell, a yelling from the teacher or examiner, keep on driving away. Don't let them stop you. Don't let anybody intimidate you. Don't let fear or Satan intimidate you. The reason I say that is let's give you two examples. Let's say you're driving, everything's going well. You see a passenger on the right, not passenger, a pedestrian on the right side of the road, but on they're kind of in the middle of the road. What are you gonna do? Keep on going. So if you keep on going, even though you may have a foot or 2 feet away from them, it look like you have space. The teacher or the examiner may fail you on the exam, even though you said, but I had space. He said, it doesn't matter. What if the pedestrian fell and went backwards? Then you would have ran over the pedestrian. So you got to be that defensive and offensive at the same time. You had to think about what if scenario. That's what the examiners do, especially those strict examiners who are taking these smack who uh, are tough graders. The examiners are similar to the police officers, where they issue you a ticket. What you have to do is be prepared for anything to happen. Another thing to keep in mind is, let's say you are driving and a car sticks out. What are you going to do? Keep on driving. Maybe you can slow down, yell, beep the horn to protect yourself from getting in the collision. Same thing with the pedestrian. Slow down, beat the horn to let them know that you're coming so they can move over. You have to work on your driving communications. If you're a good speaker, this will help you to be a good speaker when it comes to driving. Speak with your eyes, speak with your hand by telling them you could go this way or go that way. So speaking and driving goes hand in hand. See, that's why I always tell you, if you could stick to this topic, focus on the topic, it can help you to focus on the road. On the road, if you go off topic when you're speaking to people where they said oranges, you talk about apples, then it'll seem as if you might go off target with driving. I'm not saying that will happen, but it might. Another thing too is look at driving as you having a toolbox full of tools, but you don't use it all. Let's say treat driving as an analogy where um, you are in your home. Almost everything works, but you don't have no heat to your home, or you don't have no water heat to your home. But you can use the microwave, or you can use the oven. But you have to use cold water instead of hot water. Uh, you have to use a lot of blankets because there's no heat in your home. See, that's what driving is. Or fear of driving, or you're not driving. You have most of the essentials, but you're still missing the necessities to take it to the next level. You're missing the hot water. You're missing the hot heat to your home, which is making an uncomfortable experience. And look at driving too as when you're on the train, how you keep on missing your stops because the conductor doesn't wait to give you 5 seconds to exit the train, whether you are entering the train or leaving the train. Isn't that can that be annoying or frustrating where you have to um, wait 10 or 15 minutes to get back to the stop that you're supposed to get off on, or maybe even wait a half hour? So these will be dependent on other drivers for other means of transportation where you can get it done yourself. See? So when you work on your drivers skills, this can help you to be, this can help you to have your own self promotion. Look at it as promotion. So you can turn that commotion, the fear, into um, promotion. It's up to you. It could take you a day or 2 days, similar to how getting water, the water heat restored in your home could, even though it's a lot of work, but it could take a day at best. Getting the heat restored in your home could take an hour at best. The same thing with driving. It either take a day or an hour. It is up to you and how you interpret. And another thing too is don't be afraid of your foot shakes. The reason your foot is shaking because you have it um, uncomfortably still. You try to say don't shake foot. Your foot is uncomfortable. It's similar to being in a pose, and he said it's where you're freezing. And said, oh, don't move, don't move. So while your foot is shaking when you're driving, is you letting your foot play the freeze game, and not only does your foot shake, your whole body is shaking. So in order for your foot not to shake, your body shake, don't let your foot be stiff. The stiffer it is, the quicker it's going to shake. The more frozen your foot is, the more it's going to shake, and that's where you get out of control, and that's where the examiner or the teacher um, freaks out and says, look, your foot is shaking, you can't drive, move over, we'll do this another time. You're not putting my life in harm. I have a family to take care of. I have a family to take of when I get home. You're not doing that to me. So that's why. And then before you drive, you either talk to the teacher, the examiner, tell them how you feel to hold anything back. Tell them your triggers, what causes you to get apprehensive or timid behind the wheel. Do it before you start driving or once you start getting behind the wheel. Tell them that sometimes my foot shakes a little bit because I guess I have it a little stiff or I have it stiff too long. And you could maybe change the direction. I know it could be tough, especially when you have your foot on the brake. That's what might cause a tendency of your foot to shake. You could say, what are some more clever ways, some more creative ways to prevent my foot from shaking and have my foot on the brake? Maybe you have your foot on the brake too hard and because you're afraid of losing control. So you have to find analytical ways, critical thinking ways to prevent your foot from shaking. Maybe you could uh, be in the parking lot or on a driveway and just get used to your foot being on the brake. Pretend that the parking lot and the driveway is the red light. It's the stop sign, it's the yield sign, where you put maybe the balls of your foot on the brake and the gas pedal instead of your whole foot. If the whole foot is on the brake and the gas pedal, it may create that tendency of your foot to shake more quicker, more profusely. If just the ball of your foot, the tip of your foot is on the brake and the gas pedal, that might help it not to shake as much. And once again, even though your foot is on the brake for a while at the red light, and I know sometimes these red lights could be long, it could be 1 minute long, 2 minute long, 3 minute long. You could change the direction of your foot. Don't let it go. Don't let your foot off the brake, but maybe move it around a little bit. Maybe you could shake your leg a little bit just to let the blood flow. Maybe when the blood is not flowing or getting the circulation that needs, that's what's creating your foot to shake. So maybe move your leg around just a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. So that when you move your leg around, you just let your foot know that it's okay, that you still control in control. It's not the end of the world. It's not World War III. Everything is fine. Just something for you to experiment. Don't be afraid of experiment. Don't be afraid of going through trials and error. That's the science of driving. I am almost finished in my closing with the ladies as well. Um, you have a charming personality. You're just afraid of using it. You're afraid of being rejected. You're afraid that she may not understand. She may not care what you have to say. You might think that she always go to the bad boys or the boys who's popular with the ladies, but you can be just as popular as the next dude. Just be yourself. Don't worry if you run out of things to say and she loses interest and she want to end the conversation. That's on her. But what I want to tell you is you can practice with the married ladies or ladies who have boyfriends. If you say hello to ladies and just one lady says hello or they say hello low and they're talking amongst themselves, they're not really being mean. They're just having lady time. But if you want to say, oh, I see that I'm not want to hear, let me go back to my room or back to my offices. I see you need lady time. Say it in a light-hearted way or playful way. Say, oh, I see I'm not want to hear because you ladies are having a huddle without me. I see that you need time to do what you need to do. Excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt your lady meeting or your lady conference. What was I thinking? Well, blow me down. Something along those lines. And this is going to help you to be playful, help you to be more assertive, especially when you go out in a club. Because the ladies, if you think, no, the ladies in the club could be even more tougher than the ladies at work. So that's why I tell you to practice on orderlies, of course, where you get used to talking to those single ladies. But you can practice on the married ladies. Don't get their numbers or ask them out, of course. But if you say hello to them, they respond back to you. They just deepen in the conversation. Don't take it seriously. Don't take it personal. Don't think that they don't care. Um, you are might be quite shy, might be quite sensitive, and you're trying to work on being a social butterfly. You have it in you deep down inside you. You just got to keep on applying yourself. So I recommend that you try talking to ladies every day for a couple minutes. Maybe talk to one lady, two ladies, or three ladies. That's how you're going to get better at talking to them and help you to be able to handle um, the rejection or if the lady randomly um, it's being abrupt or it's being random and want to do other things. That's women nature. 90% of them, where you want to do something or you want to say everything, they may not let you finish what you want to say, or they may not respond the way you want to. That's how most ladies function. Not all of them, but most of them. But don't take it to heart. Don't take it personal. That's just how they are made. Where you say something nice, they just say a quick thank you and want to talk to another lady, or she may leave. That's just how it is. It is what it is. But don't think that you're a bad person. Don't think that all the dudes, 99% of the dudes are better than you, or that the lady's always gonna be like that. That's just how they respond. You can't change their reaction. You could improve your reaction. Or nothing. It's not about improving your reaction. You can't control their reaction. You can control your reaction. Be comfortable with your reaction. To be comfortable with your reaction instead of making the ladies comfortable with their reaction. They're already comfortable with their reaction. You got to be more comfortable with your reaction than they are with their reaction. That's confidence. And another thing, ladies are similar to babies. They are grown up babies. They are babies with no. They're grown up babies. They're babies with makeup. They're babies with long hair. They're babies with dresses. Not talking down ladies. The ladies are very smart, very intelligent. You know, I love the ladies to pieces. I'm just giving you an analogy. It's like I tell you not to let the kids control you or the scholars control you. Don't let the ladies control you on what you want to do. Respect them, of course. Respect their wishes. No meaning no. Or if she does, I'm gonna talk to you or hang out with you. Great, but don't let older ladies, if they don't respond the way you want to, where you go on a hiatus and you don't talk to any ladies for months, weeks, and years. Um, that's not necessary. Don't take it to that extreme. Don't take it that far. I said, oh, she don't want to talk to me. All the ladies don't want to talk to me. I'm going to leave them alone. I'm getting my own space. I'll talk to them in another year. No, you're wasting time. You're wasting, uh, your peak years. And even in your mid 30s is your peak year too. Even at 40, that's your peak years. Between 35 and 40, that's still your peak year where you could get a lot of ladies. Even from 35 to 41, 42, you can still get quite a bit ladies. That's your peak years. Even though 40, 41, 42 could be um, your late peak years, but it's still peak. Peak is peak. You know what I peak? Okay, I joke, I joke. Why you no joke when I joke? Gotta have fun. You work hard, might as well play hard. But seriously though, hey, when you waste your peak years for these ladies, for these babies, it's as if you let the babies steal your joy. It's as if you let the ladies steal your joy. They're not gonna let you steal their joy, so don't let them steal your joy. That's what it comes down to. And it's not about karma. It's not about a tit for tat. It's about what's right is right. Fair is fair. Calling a spade a spade. I just want you to live the best life by being the best version of yourself as much as you can. Maybe not 24/7, but if you do want to be the best self, be your true self, your authentic self 24/7, more power to you. So be it. But you're a good looking dude. Even if you're not quite Denzel or it is opposite, you could still have fun with these ladies. Don't let even though you are good looking, even if the ladies don't see you as a Denzel or as a Brad Pitt or Leonardo, don't feel awkward or feel left out or feel that you're out of her league or out of Orderly's league. That's the main thing that I'm trying to say. You understand? There'll be a awkward, good-looking dude was, oh, I don't know how to talk. She rejected me. She's acting funny. She gave me one-word answers. She said hi and bye. I don't know how to handle these ladies. So what's the point of me trying? I'm good-looking, but I don't know how to express myself. I don't know how to let it rip. I don't know how to get the lady a piece of my mind in a good way. You know, don't let that be an excuse for you to hold you back, to make any excuses. Don't let that one lady who didn't give you time of the day be excuses not to talk to as much ladies as you want to. The worst thing for her that she could do to you is she said no. And the worst thing for you to do is you don't try at all. So the worst thing for her to do is she said no to you. And the worst thing for you to do for you is to not try at all. So what's more worse than worse? Okay, so worst thing is she says no, and the deteriorate for you is you don't try it at all, if that makes sense. So the worst thing for you, part one, is she says no. The worst thing for you, part two, times two on steroids, is you don't you give up. And I talk to ladies. You give up with the babies. You give up with driving. See, it's life skills. I always connect it. But ladies and babies are similar too. The reason I say it, look at this. See, don't just play with the babies, but don't teach them. Because that's friend zone. You being a friend zone for the teacher. And don't just talk to the ladies if I ask them for a number, if I ask them for a date. That's you putting yourself in a friend zone. And you make it easy for her to put you in a friend zone. So sometimes with the babies, you're going to have to be able to work with them and play with them. See, that's you going above the friend zone. See, when you be the student's friend, they'll like you, but they won't listen to you or respect you the way that you want to. Say it with the ladies. You be nice or accommodating. You talk to them for long periods of time, but then when it's time for you to want to hang out with them, dance, go to club, do fun stuff, then she acts all busy or come up with all these excuses. So don't make it easy for the babies to friends on you and the ladies to friends on you. It's the same thing. I told you they were together and they don't even know it. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy because you're gonna have to put in the work, but it could be rewarding. At the end of all that work, you get your reward of the babies respecting you, the scholars, and the ladies. I won't say accepting you, but you could talk to any ladies that you want. You don't care about being rejected. You know how to get yourself out the friend zone when she tries to put you in the friend zone. You know how to get out the friend zone with the babies. You know how to get out the friend zone with the ladies by demanding respect. You know what to do with the ladies and babies. You're just scared of doing it. You probably know the right thing to do all your life. You're just scared of going that path because it's work, it's a little pain, it's a little frustration. I get it. But what if you go through that path? You reach your true potential with the ladies and babies. I know I stumbled at. Let's say you go through that path, you reach your full potential with the ladies and babies. How is that for saying it clearer? One more thing about the babies too. You are a good teacher, meaning you know how to teach them. But let's say you have 5 or 6 different classes. Instead of writing everything down for them, you are feeding the food to the babies. You're giving the scholars baby food. If you want them to get on the meat and potatoes, you gotta make them work for the answer instead of providing them with the answer. That's why they're not really respecting you because you're making it easy and convenient for them. You want certain difficult information to be easy, but not everything to be easy for them. Not everything to be laid out. So that's why they're not really taking you seriously. So what you can do is put the number of questions on the board, or put number 1 to 10, but then the students go one by one and give you the answers on their own. Now, you might get it down packed for the first and second class, but then uh, the third, fourth, fifth class, you get tired and you get fatigued. So what you could do is you could do PowerPoint presentations of the students working toward the answers. You could do book it where the students work toward figuring out the answers instead of you writing down the answers for them. I say, I have the answers on the board. As if you are always giving them open book tests. It's okay every once in a blue moon, but not all the time, because so you teaching the kids life skills. Life skills is not going to always be about open book tests. Life skills is not going to always have the answers for the kids as they get older. They're going to have to figure things on their own. So you got to help them to be more resourceful. And the kids will tell you that the reason we're not listening to you very well, or we don't respond to you, because you make it easy for us. You got to make it more harder for us. That's why we're not learning anything. That's why some of the students are going back and forth with you and give you a hard time. Even the young kids, they'll tell you the truth, especially even those difficult kids. I say that's why we're not listening to you. You make everything accessible for us. How about you switch it up? So what you can do is maybe make it a little easy for them, but then you build it up to more difficult. Or you could do vice versa. See, what you're doing is you are building up the analytical skills, but you can't build up the analytical skills when you always getting the answers every day. I know you think that you're helping the students, but you're actually kind of hurting and crippling the students. And I know it could be tough to figure out the best way to teach the students where to get engaged without them being noisy and playing around and throwing things. I know it's a challenge, but it could be done. You could get the job done. What you could do too is ask creative, open-ended questions too to get the class to talk. You can let the students read the topic. You gotta demand their attention once, twice, or 3 times. You gotta be consistent. You gotta be repetitive in order for them to respect you. Consistency, repetition equals the students respecting you. They'll do attention getters um, for each class. Do it consistently for them to know that you want their attention. And another thing too is, even though the students may want something, doesn't mean that they always get what they want. So you can say, even though you want to have fun, that's not a need. A need is you learning and doing the best that you're supposed to do and doing your work. In other words, you tell them that the need is more important than the want. Meaning they need to work so they can get paid, so they can have fun. They need to work hard so they could get their wants, which is play hard later on. So you gotta teach the kids the need comes first, then the want. See, if you always get the kids what they want by playing first and working later on, then you might be setting them up for failure. Even I know you don't mean to do it, but that's what's coming out as. Because you get the kids their want first, then their need second, that's where they run a class. That's where they feel they can do whatever they want to do and get away with it without there being any consequences. They always cross the boundaries. They always push your buttons. They always keep on pressing you. and get a reaction from you, and having the care and aware of those most difficult students, and even the good students may try you too. So that's why you gotta respect them. How do you respect them? You respect them by teaching them about the needs first. You are helping them to prioritize the necessities of your life. You are helping them to prioritize their needs first, then their wants second. You're teaching them how to be young adults, even 10 or 11-year olds. Because you know 10, 11-year olds like to be grown too. Well, you could teach them how to be young adults by doing needs first, then wants second. That's how they will. You set them up for success instead of setting them up for failure. And then you can tell the class too is what if they don't, if they always do the wants first and then needs second, what will the consequences be? What will happen if they don't follow the rules? If they do what they want to do and they get away with things? If they don't listen to you now, then they're gonna listen to other people, and they'll be rude. They'll be in for a rude awakening. So if they don't listen to you now, then they have to listen to the cops. They have to listen to the judge. They have to listen to the drilling instructor. They have to listen to people who's not as kind or caring as you. So that's why you tell them you rather listen to me, you rather listen to the cops, you rather listen to the police, you rather listen to the judge, you rather listen to the state troopers. It's up to you. I'm trying to help you, not to hurt you. You could get them uh, a prep talk, especially if the class is loud and not listen to you well. You said the reason that I'm coming down hard at you, I know you used to me having fun and being laid back and mellow and playful, but this is no laughing matter. This is serious. I need you to listen up. I'm trying to teach you life skills, so you have to learn things the hard way. So you don't have to get in trouble and say, why wasn't you hard on me when I need you to be? See, the students, they do want to listen to you, but you can't be scared. You can't hold back. You can't baby them, because then they won't get anything. You're cheating them out of the real world when you just get them what they want, and always let them have their way, and always let things go when they need to be confronted or disciplined. So you can learn things the easy way from me, or you can learn things the hard way from the disciplinarian, the dean. Then you can learn things the harder way from the cops, the police. It's up to you. You say, I work with you, but you gotta work with me. Working smart is meeting me halfway. You work with me, I'll work with you. That's working smart. Now, working hard is you don't work with me, but you work for the dean, you work for the disciplinarian, you work for the cops, you work for the police. Where you didn't work with me, you work for the other people instead of working with me. Yeah, you could word it a certain way. Remember, the kids are smart. They know how to listen when it's time to listen. See, they just choose not to listen to you, and you got to do something about it. Like you could say the most basic thing in the world. It shouldn't be difficult. It should be pulling teeth to get them to clean up, to get them to line up, get them to quiet down. Basic stuff, kindergarten stuff. It shouldn't be a rocket science for them to do those most basic things. So that's something that you may need to work on. In other words, let them listen to you when it's convenient for them. Let them listen to you because that's what you ask them to do. That because it's the right thing to do. And another thing too is don't be mad at don't discipline the student, discipline the behavior. I know it's easier said than done because there could be some difficult students who don't let let up or who don't budge. So like I said, since you're not letting down, or since you're not letting up, I'm gonna step up. Whenever you talk back, whenever you feel the need to give, for example, if a student says too bad, too sad, you could say, um, I'm not mad, I'm too glad to be mad. Whenever they want to think that they get the best out of you or they get the upper hand, be more wittier than them. If they always feel, if they say good for you, you say it'd be better for you if you listen. Or you say, who fault is that? Or you say, you're not going to do anything. You say, I don't think you want to find out if you keep trying me. That's nothing wrong with saying that. Don't be afraid of, you can be diplomatic and be a disciplinarian or be authoritative. Being authoritative is being a disciplinarian and being diplomatic. And you do have good management skills. You do have good class management skills. You just have to harness it and work on it. Even though it's deep down inside, but you can be even the best teacher, the most popular teacher in that school. But it's not about being the most popular, but you can be the best teacher in the school. I'm telling you now.